Casabuilders is volunteers like you and me going to Mexico and spending a weekend building a home for a poor family that could not otherwise afford to have one. In March of 2000, I was given the opportunity to go with King's Academy on my first trip to Mexico, and this trip was very profound to me.
There are right now, according to newspapers today, 52,000 kids on the streets in the state of Baja. 52,000 kids in a corner learning from adults, 52,000 kids learning how to be prostitutes on the streets, being with gangs in juvenile detention centers.
Even on my very first trip to Mexico, I was impressed by God wanting me to reach out and share His love with the children in these villages. As I went on these annual trips with my sons to Mexico to build houses, God was saying, pay attention, Ken, because this isn't all I've got for you to do.
And by a year and a half later, Casabuilders was born. 21 volunteers went to Mexico and built a house for a young woman with 6 children in a matter of 2 days. And before year's end, we had gone back 2 other times, and by December of 2001, we had built 5 homes. Since we started, we've come close to building 60 homes now.
The best part about serving with Casabuilders is when you arrive on there, and just the transformation that you see when you're actually there in Mexico and you arrive to the job site, and there's a slab of cement down there and nothing else. And within 2 days, you walk away and there's this house with 2 rooms and electricity and a little living room. In 2 days, there's this house built, and these people have a new life. And it's just, that's the most special part, and it's the most unique part.
I have 3 distinct favorite memories of working with Casabuilders. The first, of course, is going to be handing the keys to the family that we were able to bless with a home. I'll never forget the face of the family when they received the home.
I think the most important thing to me about Casabuilders, and the most special thing about Casabuilders, is the relationships that are built. It's not just about building houses, it's about building relationships.
I was blessed so greatly by the orphans that we stayed with, the family that we built the house for, and even more so by the fellowship of the men that went on the trip from Abundant Life, went down as strangers, really not knowing each other. And by the time that we spent 8 hours in the car driving down and 4 days together, living together in a small environment, working hard together to serve the Lord, it opened up our lives to each other in a way that doesn't happen outside the church.
One of my favorite memories is actually being able to minister with my son. We both went with Casabuilders, and to watch him just take charge and start working on the roofing. And then after it was all over, being able to stand with him and present the keys to the family, and just watching their joy and their tears, and as they were so appreciative of this house that was being built, and to know that I was able to plant a seed not only in the family's life there, but also within my own son as he grows to learn to give to other people.
I want to tell you a little bit about an exciting project that Casabuilders is doing called Mi Casa Children's Home. And we're standing just a few thousand yards from the property that's been given to us to build a children's home. What's so exciting is we've been praying for this for the last 2 years, and deep in our hearts we knew that it was going to be here. And we didn't share that with very many people, but God has revealed that to not only us, but now to the owner of this ranch, and He's given us these 5 acres. And we're excited. We're excited to bring groups down here to start building this facility. We're excited to have people come and be part of this facility and the ministry to children that live in villages really close to here. Kids that, a lot of them are growing up without a 2-parent household. They have a mom that's trying to make ends meet, and she has to work. And it's so hard to worry about your children while you're trying to earn a living and wondering if they're going to be running the streets or getting into trouble or getting hurt or much worse. And our hope is to provide a hope and a future for these children, not just babysitting, not just a place to live while mom's at work, but to really understand what it means that God has a hope and a future for these kids, and to allow them to catch this vision and to carry it on to the next generation. And that's what we're excited about here. That's what Mi Casa is all about.
Well, here we are, just 8 hours from San Jose, just south of the border, making a change in people's lives. I'm asking you today, what will it take to invest in another human being? Contribute what you can. Do you make a change in someone else's life?
Why should you get involved? The blessings are innumerable. What you get in return just seems to outweigh what you're giving financially, of your time, of your efforts, of your belongings, all of that. These kids will love you in a way that you didn't understand before. It's not going to be in vain. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful blessing to you and your family.